What's up, everybody? Welcome to Structure. I'm H. This is E, and today we're talking about foundation.
That's right. Episode 4. It's a lot of things going on, but before we get started, make sure you like and subscribe. H, let's get into it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right, H, tell us what is happening in episode 4.
I have to admit, this episode did not disappoint. A lot of the stuff that I think I was waiting to find out or learn more to really pique my curiosity
Yeah,
happening in this episode.
yeah.
We have issues happening in the Empire. We have a lot of stuff going on in Terminus. Like we can literally probably break down this episode into two sections just
Okay,
to make it simple, easy
okay.
to digest. The first, we see a division happening between the brothers, between the clones of
You
Emperor
saw that
Cleon.
fracture, right?
Yeah, it's been
It's
coming.
crazy.
They've been highlighting a little by little.
Uh huh.
You see that happening.
Go ahead. And what
No,
else is going on?
no. So we see that the episode starts. We have the new brother Day, which is now a teenager.
Yeah.
I would say 15, 16, maybe 17 years old, jumping to his death, but then he doesn't die because he has um
It's
this
like a
protection.
mechanism that protects, he says, protects against kinetic energy,
Yeah.
which was unexpected. Like, I didn't know when the scenes first starts off, they don't give you any context, and I didn't know what was going on at the time, which was interesting. And then he just stops before he hits the ground, which is even more interesting. It's like, is he alien? Is he supernatural? No, it's this special mechanism on his arm that protects against kinetic energy. Basically, any force or harm coming his way, it'll stop it. So that means that he can jump out windows, which is a pretty good superpower.
No, no, it was very interesting. Then we see that he pays attention to this one servant girl,
Yeah.
even as the shadow master that they have that does all the dirty work for them to find out what this girl. And then he seems a little worried that he might have given instruction that to get rid of this girl. That was interesting. We seen that he's starting to fall in love, and this may be unique, maybe the first one out
I
of the
think that's going to
clones.
be awkward and something's going to go terribly bad there. That's my prediction because it seems like he doesn't have a handle of his power and he doesn't know how to handle it around girls. But that's just a quick prediction.
No, certainly. We also see that there is another division happening with Brother Day and Brother Dusk.
Yeah.
We see that Brother Day starts questioning Brother Dusk about, listen, when I was a kid, when I was the young Brother Dawn, you made a decision to not listen to what Harry was telling you. If you would have taken these steps, you could easily evaded all of this from happening. Now we see that we're losing power. We see that there's a lot of instability in the empire,
Yeah.
and he's blaming brother Dust, who's not really
That's just what I
listening to
was
that.
gonna. That's just what I was gonna say. It's a lot of this is your fault. And this is your mess that I had to deal with, and that's causing a definite fracture between the two brothers. And I wonder how that's going to play out as well, because you also see some sneaky moves behind the back going on here, right?
No, certainly, yeah. You see that he gets exiled in a way to I believe it was Anacreon 3,
Hmm.
and in the ship he's notified that in the galaxy where or in the area in the space where Terminus is,
Uh huh.
a beacon went offline, which normally indicates trouble. So he sends troops behind Brother Day's back to check and see what is happening there. So now we see that we're gonna have Empire forces going to Terminus to visit for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah.
That's gonna be very interesting. I wonder where this is gonna take the relationship between the three brothers and what's gonna happen forward from this point on.
Exactly, and the reason why he sent him over there, well, like you said, the beacon went off, but there's stuff going on in Terminus, and this is the second part that you said that you were talking about that we could split it up with. We have new forces that arrived to Terminus, and they're kind of hostile.
Yeah, yeah. We see. We start when we go to Terminus. We see that Salvor. It picks up from where it left off. We see that Salvor is dealing with an Anacreon army that has come to the planet. We see that they're looking to go to that obelisk, to that tower, to that structure, to
Yeah,
see what's happening there. And we see that she's trying to figure out a way to protect the city from complete and total annihilation. She's trying to become that leader that she was elected to be. for Terminus.
And she displays some interesting powers too. She can read people, which was unexpected. She sees their thoughts, and also, I guess she can feel or read their past, which is how she realized who that person they captured was. She was royalty, which explains why all the forces are surrounding the camps in Terminus, and they're ready to let it rip on them.
Yeah, I mean when they walk outside and you see that the army is huge, they are literally surrounding all areas of Terminus or their camp in Terminus. So how do you think they're gonna get out of the situation? What do you think is gonna happen there?
Yeah, so it's one of two things. Either they're going to have to come to some type of compromise, right? Here's what I think. I think one or two things going to happen. They're going to come to some type of compromise because they both really don't like the empire, kind of, and they'll turn and go against the empire, or and when that happens, the empire will just be arriving, and they'll say, some funny business is going on, and then the empire be on high alert, or the empire is going to come in and save them. And I think that's a predictable way to go.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's what's going to happen. There's got to be a twist.
And my apologies, I have to issue a little bit of a correction. They are on Terminus looking to scrap some parts from the tower for so they can
Hmm.
create a jump drive for the ships. That's the actual reason why they're there. I misspoke, so I apologize for that. It happens.
Yeah, it's
No, this is getting very interesting. I think episode 5 is really gonna be a test for what the show is gonna be able to do and demonstrate. We do see that Apple did announce that the show got renewed for season 2 already, which is a great sign. So you know you're not
I mean,
investing in a show that's
it
gonna be
might as
canceled.
well because they're going at a snail's pace. But hey, breaking news: Foundation just got renewed for season 10. Big things ahead.
But to be fair, if you
No,
watch
it's all good.
season 1 of Game of Thrones, which show we initially compared the show to, we see that in Game of Thrones, um, the first few episodes, I mean, for me, I had to watch it a couple of times because it was hard to understand, hard to kind of get into it. And then when you see that cliffhanger at the, or not cliffhanger, that the climax at the end of season 1, that you're like, whoa, this show just blew my mind.
I got to
That's what
stop you
really
right
get
there,
people there.
H. I got to stop you right there. I think it was by episode 3, somebody's head got chopped off. Nah, I was hooked at that point.
No, no, like it was interesting. I see the
Yeah.
we see the again the walls, but you see the kid being thrown out of the window. But when you really see that
Yeah, and that
a
too.
main character,
Somebody got thrown out the window. Somebody's head got chopped off. They gave us a little bit to hang on to.
it took a few episodes. For me, it took a few episodes to get it there, but that real
Yeah.
hook was at that end when we see the fate of Lord Stark.
Uh-huh.
No spoilers,
Exactly.
and
When his head
that
got
to
chopped
me
off.
was mind blowing at the time.
Yeah.
And I feel this show is gonna take us there little by little, because this episode just show all the potential. This show really has to be an
It's
amazing
gonna be
sci-fi
big.
show.
It's
I
gonna be
don't,
big.
I don't think there's ever been a sci-fi show on television at this with this level of production. So this is gonna be great. You
And no, and I think you're correct. This level of production, this much firepower behind it. We're talking about Apple, huge firepower. A lot, they have the money to really make the story come to light. And I'm again interested to see how it develops. Even though it's developing slowly, it's sped up a little bit this time. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
No, certainly. And the next thing we don't want to miss out is that cliffhanger at the end. So we see that our girl Gal is just suspended in suspended animation space.
Yeah,
She's been frozen. So we had assumed previously that she maybe have arrived at Terminus, have her baby, and Salo may have been that baby. But no, we're completely wrong. So where is the story going? Is Rage also in suspended animation as like kind of some kind of prison? Think about this. What are the
and
complications
is
of
it
this?
is it realistic that she's been floating around in space for 35 years and never hit anything?
Space is pretty big. You ever been in space?
Is it one time?
Just because you went to Space Mountain doesn't mean you're into space, my man.
Yeah, no, it's plausible. There's things coming from other galaxies and things of that nature. I can't wait to see what her thoughts are. And I was thinking about this earlier. is the reason why um I forget his name, her boyfriend that said he said, "You can't be here," and then he put her on the
Rage, yeah.
yeah, Rach, and put her on the escape ship. Is it because Harry had a plan to kill her, and so he killed him, or something was going on? Because uh, those words, I think, are very telling. Those exact words.
I think the main reason he put it there was because by him killing Harry and the two of them being associated together and being seen together, they were gonna assume, hey, she's guilty too
I think that's a setup.
of her head. So I mean, there's gonna be a lot. There's a lot of stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
I'm excited for episode 5 this week coming up.
Yep.
I'm excited to see where the season's gonna end and where this show goes because it's really good to know that you're investing in a show that at least gonna have 2 seasons. Sometimes you
Exactly.
invest in a show that think is gonna be amazing and you get one season like okay, so all these questions never will never be answered.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully, it's a very long second season. Uh, we'll see how it goes. But a lot of things going on. We'll see what they give us in the fifth episode. H, you got anything else to add?
No, I just want to let people know. Thank you for your support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the little
Tell us
notification
what you
bell.
think is going to happen in the comments
Yeah,
below.
let's have a discussion. We're ready to engage with everyone out there. This show it has a lot of potential, and just send us all your questions, and we'll be happy to discuss them on air.
Absolutely. I'm E. This is H, and we are unstructured.
We out.